Today I'm going to show you how to make a pop tab purse. This one's going to be heart shaped. It's just going to be one like this. It's got a zipper in it, and I'd like to apologise in advance. The camera does go blurry in a few spaces. I did take it off autofocus, but it still went blurry, so I apologise. Okay, so here we go into the tutorial. So first of all, you want to take some yarn and you want to make a slip knot and put your crochet hook onto the slip knot. This should be really simple if you already know how to crochet. I'm still a beginner. I just crochet pop tabs together and that's pretty much it. So first of all, you want to take two pop tabs and you overlap them like this. So the bottom tab of one and the top tab of the other are overlapping. You can take your crochet hook, put it through the hole, grab the yarn, pull it through, so you've got two hoops on the hook, grab the yarn again and pull it through both loops that were on the hook. You want to do this twice for this first hole, the middle hole is there. And then we're going to grab another pop tab and we're going to overlap that to the bottom tab like this. And now you want to do the same stitch and you're going to do it 3 times. And every pop tab from now on will have 3 stitches in each of the holes. So it's just this simple stitch that we need to do at the moment. Okay, so put your hook through, grab the yarn, pull it through, so you've got 2 hoops on there, grab the yarn again and pull it through both hoops. Okay, so you want to do that until you've done 10 pop tabs, which will look like this. You grab another pop tab and this time you face it in the opposite direction, so the 2 bottom holes are overlapping. Now we're just going to do 1 stitch through those bottom ones. Once you've done that, you need another pop tab, and this time you're going to place it underneath. And now we're going to go back to doing the 3 stitches in each of the holes. And again, you want to do that so you've got 10 pop tabs on that side as well. Now we're going to make the heart shape, so you just bend the pop tabs around so those 2 holes are overlapping, and we're going to stitch these together. I used about, I think it was 9 stitches for this. I've done 4 stitches, then the 1 in the middle, and then 4 around the other side. So this hole actually had 9 stitches in it. And once you've finished the stitches in that hole, you want to go and put 1 more stitch in the first hole you started with. Then you just want to put your hook through the other side, so we're working on the back of this now. And you just want to chain stitch, so you just grab the yarn, put it through the hoop about 4 times. I think I've done it for this, basically so you get to the top of the tabs, and we flip it back over, and now we're going to crochet into the other side of the tabs. So the first one, just do 2 stitches, and then all the holes from then on will have 4 stitches in it. So you're going to stitch into the next one 4 times. When you get to that middle section, just do the 1. Then all the other pop tabs will be 4 again. So you just do 4 stitches. Hopefully this makes sense. Now when you get to the bottom of the heart, again, I've done about 9 again, just basically as many as you need to get around the corner. And then go back to doing 4 stitches. And once that's done, you want to chain it 2 up, and then we're doing a double crochet. That's what I call a double crochet. It could be I ain't got a clue what it's called. I think I learnt the American way. So you basically just do that all the way around, so you've got an extra layer of yarn going around it, and we hide the ends of the yarn and then chop them off. So I'm really tired at this point, so if I'm not explaining, I might have to redo this video. Okay, so now we want to cut out a heart shaped of felt. I'm going to use this for the lining, and we're just going to simply sew this in to the back of the heart, pop tab heart that we just made. And you're going to need to do this twice because you need the front and the back. So basically I just drew around the pop tab heart onto some felt and cut it out for that, so it was the right size for it. So just a simple stitch would do to keep this in place. Like I say, you need to do that twice. Okay, so now we're going to add the zip. I'm going to do the zip over one side rather than the zip at the top, because I just find it easier to open up and take money out. So you want to start at either the bottom or the top, doesn't really matter, but at the middle, so either at the point of the bottom or where the two halves join at the top. And again, we're just going to use a simple stitch just to hold this in place, and we're going to basically, like I say, just put the zip over one half of the heart. Because it always annoys me when you've got a small purse and you can't quite get your fingers in it to get the money out. So I like a nice, fairly big zip that you can open nicely to see how much money you've got in your purse. Okay, so once that's done, you get your other heart and you lay that on top so they line up, so you know where it needs to be sewn to the zip, the other side of the zip. Once you've got the place where it needs to be sewn, you can undo the zip because it makes it easier to sew the other side onto it. Gives you a bit more freedom. So again, just do the stitch, and this is what it looks like when it's done. This is what it looks like when the zip's done, not the whole thing. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to close the zip, and we just need to close up the other side now. So what I've done is I got some of the original yarn and put it on a needle, and I'm just going to stitch up this side. So again, starting from the pointy end, I just tie on the yarn. So put the needle through front and then come back out, and I'm going to just tie a knot. And then I'm just going to hide the tail of this. I'm going to basically stitch it into the purse as I'm stitching. I'm going to hide it into it. Hopefully you'll see what I mean. I've got back into that situation where I'm really bad at explaining things again. Sorry, I really need to get back into YouTubing properly and remembering how I explain things without getting in a muddle. Okay, so you need to hold down both sides pretty firmly in place, and we're basically going to go through the top, back down through the bottom, and through the top again, pulling the stitches tight as you go. You don't want any holes at the bottom, obviously you don't want your money falling out. And we do this all the way around the open side of the purse, and then we just tie it off at the end and you're pretty much done. So this is what I've done at the end, just to tie it off, put a stitch through, then I just made a little knot, and I've done this a couple of times because I never just use one knot. I like my things to be nice and secure. So just make sure that last bit's nice and tight because you don't want any loose bits either. Then once you've done the knot, you just want to thread the end of the yarn back through some stitches to hide it, and then chop off any excess. And that's it. Just snip off the end and yay! You're done. Sorry if my voice was a bit droll in this one, but like I say, I'm tired. Sorry. But thank you for watching anyway. Bye!